welcome to my channel. If you're new here and we've never met, my name is Katelyn. I am married and have 3 beautiful little girls, and I absolutely love to craft and make DIY home decor. So if that's something that you're into, make sure that you do go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and join my crafting community. I am beyond excited for today's video. It's actually in collaboration with one of the most creative DIYers on YouTube. So whenever I saw this t-shirt, I knew I just had to get it for this collaboration. She absolutely loves retro vintage tees with all of her favorite characters from like Nickelodeon and from like the 90s. I'm sure you all already know who I am talking about, but today I am bringing you DIY Dollar Tree neutral fall decor with a super talented Bargain Bethany. I was so excited to get to work with her on a video. Bethany is somebody that I've looked up to and been inspired by way before I ever had a YouTube channel, and I never thought in a million years that I would ever bypass 100,000 subscribers. I think now we're at we just hit 125, and that is insane. And I never thought that I would get to work with somebody like Bargain Bethany just because she is just super talented and just has like the best DIYs on YouTube. I am always so impressed with all of her DIYs. She makes like super large pieces that you can hang up on the wall. She also makes furniture out of Dollar Tree items, and then always brings us the best videos telling us what we need to go find at our local Dollar Tree. So other than all of her unique pieces and Dollar Tree hauls, she also shares with us a lot about her life. She recently just bought a new house and got married, and then she got a new puppy, so she's got a ton going on. She always has the funniest sense of humor and then is really engaged in her community and her subscribers. Like I say, I know that all of you already know who she is, but I will put her video link down below so that you can go and see everything that she made for today's video as well. So I can't wait to jump on into today's projects and show you everything that I put together. I did try to style these after I do make them, so make sure you stay tuned to see how everything looks put together. So let's get on into crafting. So for this first project, I knew whenever I saw these plastic tubs from Dollar Tree that this would be perfect for this project, so I picked those up as well as some of these wooden circles from Walmart. There's definitely different options from Dollar Tree. I've seen people use different Dollar Tree items for wheels, but I just wanted something really thin and inexpensive, so I did pick up these from Walmart. I really wanted the base to be sturdy, so I ended up using these jumbo popsicle sticks on the bottom, and I just did 2 layers of them. I cut off the rounded edges so nothing would hang out underneath of this little tub, and then I did opposite direction for the popsicle sticks on the second layer. I ended up using a ton of hot glue just to make sure that everything is going to stay into place, because this is going to act as my base for this little wagon, and I got everything really secured down, and then I'm just able to mark with my pencil where all these popsicle sticks need to go, and that makes it super simple, and I only have to cut once instead of trying to fix it. And I kind of spaced these out just because I didn't feel like it needed to be fully covered, but you could just add as many as you wanted to, but I just felt like that made it so much more sturdy. So I also thought it would be really cute to use one of these little shovels from Dollar Tree. It came in the shovel and pail set. I'm also using my little wooden wheels, and then I'm going to go out and spray everything with this gray primer spray paint. I also ended up using these little inserts from these ribbon rolls, and these are from Dollar Tree. I only had to take one out of a new roll of ribbon, but I had just kind of been saving the ones whenever my ribbon runs out. I just keep these together because I knew there would be something that I would need them for, so this project was perfect for that. I did want this project to kind of look a little bit galvanized or like metallic metal, and I didn't want to have to do it myself because I just thought there was so much textures and stuff to try to get it perfect and so much surface area on the little bin. So I ended up spraying it with a gray paint first and then just going over it with this hammered Rustoleum spray paint in the bronze color, just because I knew it would take way less spray paint. That spray paint is a little bit more expensive, so I didn't want to use a ton of it, so I just primed it first with just any kind of gray paint that I had, and then I went over it with a hammered spray paint. I still think that there could be a lot of improvement on my wheels. I just wasn't 100% in love with the wheels, but I did like the overall project whenever it was finished. So you'll have to let me know in the comments down below what's something that you have any ideas for that I could have substituted these wheels with. I might try to make another one and see how it turns out. But like I say, on YouTube, I have seen people that have been making wheels from like the Dollar Tree little metal organizers and like office supplies. So you'll have to let me know in the comments below if you have any ideas for that. So as you can see, I just used my spray paint lid, an old lid, and just traced that for the larger circle, and then I started painting the outside black, and I just didn't like it. I didn't think that it went with my browns color for fall very well, so I ended up painting over that with some of my Truffle colored chalk paint. I went around the edges, and then I'm using one of my old chalk paint lids just to get that middle circle and then paint inside of that. I also wanted those little wheel spokes, so I went ahead and just free-handed those around because I thought this would make it look more like a wheel as well. So I really like how they turned out. The wheels aren't perfect, but I do think that they are cute and that you do get the idea of what it is. Since that was the only brown that I had on my wheels, I just took a little bit of the excess paint that I had poured out, and I'm just kind of dry brushing over the edges and the top rim of this wagon so it'll kind of all coordinate together. You can also see that I wasn't 100% satisfied with my handle. I thought this shovel would work perfect. I love the shape of that for the handle, but I put it in the top at first, but you will see a little bit later I do scoot that on down to the bottom and make it underneath because I didn't like it sticking straight up. But since I did already attach it, I just turned this over and put it on a jar so that nothing breaks off. And then I'm using the ribbon inserts or the little ribbon spools and hot gluing them onto the wagon because you can see that my wheels are super thin. They wouldn't be able to support this wagon, especially if I put little pumpkins or some decor in it. So I'm using these little spools as my support, and then the wheels are just kind of more for a visual, and you can see. So I did rip out that little shovel, and then I tried to pull off all the hot glue. I didn't worry about messing up the spray paint because I do end up just touching that up, but I thought this wagon looked so much cuter with the little handle sticking out from the bottom because that's how a real wagon is. It comes out from the bottom, so I just thought it looked more realistic. So it was no big deal. I just pulled it off and then glued it back down. So as you can tell, this is me just making this for my first time. I don't make all of my crafts first, so you can see I'm not perfect, and I just do the best I can, and what I don't like, I just tear it back off and try again. You can easily see that I just touched back up my spray paint, and you'll never be able to tell that I did mess this up. So like I say, my wheels are just going to be for decor purposes only, so I'm just tacking them to the top and covering up those little supports. To define the spokes of this wagon wheel, I did outline it in my Sharpie paint marker. You can just tell I'm just struggling with these wheels. I'm just not 100% in love with them, so I did think that this really helped them a whole lot trying to outline them, and I didn't worry about messing up. I can just go back in later and touch up on my Truffle brown color paint, but I also went along the edges, and I just thought that this made the wheels pop out a little bit more. But overall, even though all the flaws that I saw while making it, I absolutely love how it turned out. I think it is so cute, especially filled with all of my cute little pumpkins. I staged this with some of my farmhouse decor, especially that green color because that is what I am obsessed with this year. But I am really happy with how it came out, and like I say, I might try to make another one and try to just come up with different ways that you can make this. Moving on to my next project, I am going to be using 3 of these long wooden signs from Dollar Tree. way back when I had to order a massive amount of these online, so I did have just a few of these left, and a couple of these were already glued together. I used them to trace as the planks in that green pumpkin sign that I made a while back, so I just ended up leaving those together and then gluing a third one to the top. And then I was really wanting a neutral background for this in kind of a beige color, so I'm using the mineral color chalk paint. I get a ton of questions about chalk paints, and I finally found them online at Walmart, so I will link the chalk paint down below, the exact ones that I use, and then you can go to it and select which color that you would like. So that will be linked down below, so make sure that you do go check that out and see all of the colors that they do have online now. I wanted some really cute little pumpkins on this sign, and this sign from Dollar Tree with the footballs and the pumpkins worked perfect. I was able just to pull that ribbon off of the back and have these three pumpkins that were the same size, and then whenever you flip them over, they are perfect base for painting on them. So I just kind of arranged them on a sign to kind of get an idea of how I was going to paint them. You definitely could add color to this sign if you are decorating in a lot of color, but for today's project I wanted to go with like neutrals, kind of like a farmhouse theme. So I am just painting mine white, and then I'm going to be taking some of my truffle color chalk paint in the brown color and doing a little bit of shading on these, as well as filling in that top little stem to make them look more realistic. I forgot to mention, while I did have my truffle color paint out, I did go ahead and just dry brush over that. Now I did paint the front of these signs so the text is directly under my paint, and if you do a lot of dry brushing over that, sometimes it will show through. So I was very careful not to go over the center of the little wooden planks, but I just went along the edges and then barely did the top, if any at all. So then, like I say, I am doing the shading on the pumpkin. I just think this makes them look really pretty. And then while I was painting the stems, I had a little bit of that white chalk paint to the side, so I mixed a little bit into that. I love the little streak effect that it gives it. So after these were 100% dry, I took my sandpaper just along the edges to let some of that natural wood color show through. Originally, I had all of these pumpkins spaced out, but then I played around with it and decided that I really liked how this made it look so much more dimensional by stacking that third pumpkin in the center on the other two pumpkins. So you can definitely choose any type of greenery that you want. I picked up this lamb's ear from Walmart, and it's only $2 and you get 2 stems of it. So I think that's a really good price, and it's really nice quality and looks really pretty. I just wanted to line a little bit of it underneath of these pumpkins to make them look like they're kind of setting in a little bed of this, and I love how it turned out. I think it's really pretty, and I definitely think that lamb's ear looks like farmhouse neutral fall decor, so it's really pretty, and I love that pop of green against all of these neutral colors. So I'm taking some of my hot glue, and then you can tell that I'm using some of the leaves to cover up the ugly stems where I have glued these down. So even though this project was super simple and like a minimal piece, I still loved how it came together and enjoyed it with all of my farmhouse decor. I have so many pieces of decor that have large words and text on them, and while I love all of that, it's just nice having more simple pieces that can go with everything. And moving on to this last DIY, I wanted to find a really creative, different, unique way to use this basket. This came from Dollar Tree as well. They have it in several different colors, but I knew I wanted to mute down all of those crazy, colorful colors to match my farmhouse decor. So as you can tell, I'm taking this outside and I'm doing the same thing as I did with that first project. I'm trying to get in all of the grooves with some of this cheaper gray spray paint, and then I can go back with my more expensive hammered spray paint in the bronze color and just kind of coat this, and it saves me money this way because I'm not using as much of my expensive spray paint. So it completely upgraded this basket. This would be so cute just putting some farmhouse decor in. You could put some greenery in, just laying flat on a table. But like I say, I'm really looking for a unique project with this. So I thought it would be really cute if it could somehow hang up on the wall and kind of have like a little basket in the front of it, so it could hold some of my buffalo check pumpkins and maybe some greenery. So the first thing that I'm going to be using is one of these large rolls from Walmart. You can find burlap anywhere, so just use whatever you have on hand. I even thought that maybe you could use some of Dollar Tree's ribbon and just overlap it to create the little holder in the front. But the easiest way I found to do this was just use these large pieces, and then I'm going to glue down the top of it so it does create this little flap and make it look like a little bag or a grass sack in the front. And I'm going to hot glue this all around this wire basket. I am trying to work in smaller sections at a time so that my hot glue will stay good and hot, and everything will get glued together nice and tightly and have a strong hold. So then whenever I flip this upside down, I can just kind of wrap it like a present, doing the sides first and then glue up the bottom piece. I actually found this burlap roll in like the wedding section. That's why it has lace in the center of it. But I just love keeping these rolls on hand and picking them up like this. They are really good quality because it is like a tight knit burlap. So they are perfect for little projects like this. And they are inexpensive at Walmart. I think some rolls are like $5 and some are $10. This was the really large roll, so I think it was around $10. But I have used this on a ton of projects. And like I say, they sell burlap everywhere, so you definitely can find a cheaper alternative. This was kind of a tricky part. I wanted to use one of these signs from Dollar Tree, and I just didn't have a lot of surface area to glue it from, or to attach it to. So I just tried to do the best I could by getting it around the edges and placing it in there. It didn't want to stay, so I had to flip it over and kind of just add big dots of hot glue around the back of this. So you might need to find something to glue inside that hollow sign so it will connect better. And this is also optional. This does make this project a little bit more pricey. I picked up one of these fall garland wooden bead garlands from Hobby Lobby, and I wanted to attach that as the hanger. I had bought some signs from Big Lots earlier this year that had these wooden beads as the hanger, and I just loved it. I thought that they were super cute, so that's what inspired me to do that. But this is definitely optional. If you don't want to spend the extra money, you definitely can hang this with nautical rope or some type of Dollar Tree ribbon. Also, I always pick up these from Hobby Lobby as well, these long greenery strands, because you get so much more greenery on there than spending $1 at the Dollar Tree for less quality greenery, or going to Walmart and even spending a few dollars to just get one stem. So these are way better priced at Hobby Lobby. I do have some beautiful pumpkins from Dollar Tree that would be super cute in there, but for today, I just went ahead and used some of these that I did pick up from Hobby Lobby, the little gray buffalo pattern, because that, or buffalo check print, because that is kind of my theme this year. I had some extra of that truffle brown paint, so I'm going to dry brush that along the front of this little burlap part to give it a little bit more of a rustic look. I wanted to create a bow for the front of this project, so I'm using some of my Dollar Tree burlap ribbon, and the easiest way that I found to make bows is just to loop over a piece about the size that you want and then loop it over again. And this is going to be a double bow, so that's why I'm doing it twice. And then I just add a piece for the tails and then double knot that with a piece of jute string. I cut the tails a little bit angled. I did mess up on one of them. I cut it too short, so I did have to go back and fix that. I think that makes it look a little bit more dressier though. And then I hot glued this directly in the center of that little burlap part in the front. But I think this come together really cute. Like I say, I wanted a unique piece, and I think that's kind of what I got out of it. Yet it does fit all of my farmhouse style in neutral colors, but it does have a lot of life to it from all of that greenery tucked down inside of that little burlap bag. So I styled this by my blanket ladder. I absolutely love that blanket ladder. It recently came from Kirkland's. I got it on sale for around $30, but I think the scenery looks really cute together. It's got a lot of beige colors as well as the gray tones coming together, so I think it turned out super cute. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I had so much fun working with Bethany on today's video and bringing you all these DIY Dollar Tree farmhouse decor pieces. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget, Bethany's video is linked down below, so you don't want to miss that. And happy crafting. Bye!